Sunderland have sacked manager Jack Ross. Now, I could say, oh, Sunderland this, Sunderland that, being a Newcastle fan, of course. But hear me out on this. This is going to be my honest verdict, at least for now. My honest verdict is that I think this is going to be a big mistake. I know they've had a difficult start to the season, and every season, whatever level you're going to be at, is going to be difficult now. I think last season was probably the best chance that they had of going up.
It's Sunderland, the gift that just keeps on giving. Bit of a joke of a club. The last couple of years up in the northeast, even Middlesbrough were laughing at them. However, they have sacked Jack Ross. I actually said this a couple of months back on our radio show. I think it'll actually be a positive thing in all seriousness. I actually think it'll be positive for Sunderland to get rid of him. He's not the man to take them back up. Sunderland shouldn't be in League One. Sunderland shouldn't be getting beat of Lincoln fucking City. Whilst we're beating Manchester United at home on the same weekend.
The takeover is off. Jack Ross has departed for sunnier climes. Sunderland are struggling away in Division 3. Do I feel sorry for them? Do I fuck? Fucking lovely. Couldn't have happened to a nicer fan base, to be honest.
Just the problem was that they were drawing too many matches. And yeah, that is a problem when you need to be winning matches to get yourself right up there at a division in League One. But to be honest, he was still winning the occasional game. He was getting us up there, and Sunderland being 6th at the end of Saturday's game against Lincoln, there's no mean feat about it. I mean, you've got impressive teams in that mix, like Lincoln, like Ipswich. You know, teams that were arguably higher in the bookies' odds.
The North East is suffering. Sunderland are suffering. Yes, we can laugh, and it's good, you know, to some extent. Hartlepool, Darlington, Middlesbrough. Look at all the North East clubs at the minute, man. They're all struggling. Would like to see the North East doing well-ish in some extent. You want to see the derbies back, because let's face it, we're never going to win trophies. None of it are. However, the bitter rivals, Sunderland have sacked their manager. I think it's right. I think he's not the man, as I say. Sunderland fans will probably be happy that they've sacked the man. The takeover, the richest club in the world that we're going to be, is no longer happening.
Yeah, for all those Sunderland supporters getting the wank socks out because we were struggling, for all the Sunderland supporters, we're the next Manchester City. We're going to come, we're going to rule Europe. We've got this guy who's the most... richest bloody bloke in Europe, all this shite. Get back under your rocks.
I think this is a bit of a rash decision for Sunderland to make. It just begs the question, where do they go from here in terms of what sort of manager is going to want the job now? And to be honest, just as the light's about to go in there, I'll be honest, I can't really... No names come to mind on who could do a better job than Jack Ross.
They're too big of a club to be in League One, and I hate saying that being a Newcastle fan, but realistically, they should be high-end Championship, even lower-end Premier League. They should be... In an ideal world, you'd like to see Sunderland suffer, but you still want the derby, because all we've got is under-23s playing the first team, which is a bit of a joke in itself from their end, not from us. Yes, the one with 4-0 against the kids. However, that fixture should never be happening. That could happen again this season.
Because it's all going pear-shaped. Netflix are already on the phone, and they are desperate to do another series. Sunderland, the gift that keeps on giving. Yeah, who next for Sunderland? Joe Kinnear? I can put in a word for him if you want.
So I think this could be a decision that could be turning point in their season and not for the better. I think this could be for the worse. I might be wrong. I'm open to being wrong. I've been wrong in the past, but I've also been right in the past. So yeah, that is what I think. And in the meantime, you know, they're in League One. We're in the Premier League. I can see that staying that way for at least another season.
Look, some of the other lads on Newcastle Fans TV are too scared to come on and give their opinions because of the backlash. Fuck it. You know what it is. We're being truthful. It is funny in some extent, but in realistic terms, Sunderland fans, I would like to see the derby back. I don't give a shit that we get beat all the time. Yes, we might have drew one, but I think the North East, in seriousness though, is actually suffering. And it'd be good to see Sunderland fighting Newcastle in the highest division. Maybe I would like to see you struggle a little bit, maybe 17th. However, I'd like to see the derbies back. It's what the North East needs, man.
Oh, just think of the signings that you'll make if you get the likes of Joe Kinnear. Hey, even Alan Pardew, he's out of work. He's out of work. But there again, you haven't got 2 pence to rub together. Well, I'm sitting here. I'm in the garden bar. Time to celebrate. Unlucky Sunderland. Always in Newcastle United shadows. See you later.